Hello friends, today we are going to discuss the first question of day 6 using Java. So the name of the question is prime. Here we have to write a function that will find whether the given number n is prime or not, and we know that the prime number is a number which is only divisible by 1 and itself, and also given that if the number is prime the function should return 2, else it must return 1, and here assumption for this question has given the given number should be in the range 2 to 5000, and some of the examples has given. The first example is if the given number n is 7 which is a prime number, then the method must return 2, and another example is if the given number n is 10 which is not a prime number, then the method must return 1. We will write the program for this question on Visual Studio Code. So before I start, please subscribe our channel to get all the questions and solutions of Wipro training. So now let's open Visual Studio Code. Now press Ctrl N for new tab. At first we will write the program, after that we will see how it works. So initially we have to import some Java packages. So let's write import java.io.star, and the another package is import java.util.star, and now we have to define the class name. So let's take user main code 1, because this is our first program of day 6. Now before saving this, let's cut these files by pressing Ctrl X, and let's create new folder as day 5, because these are the day 5's program, and let's move into this to day 5. Now by pressing Ctrl S we will save the program, and here our program name should be same as the class name. So here we have to write user main code 1.java, and now let's select all files and let's save. Now we have to define the function. So let's write public static int. Let's give the function name as is prime, and now we will pass one formal argument as an input, and after that we will declare one variable named as count, and we will initialize it to 0. After that we will take for loop, and initially we will start the for loop from 1, and we will go up to I is less than equal to input 1, and after that I plus plus. Now we will take the condition if input 1 modulus I is equal to 0, then we will increment the count value, and here this is for the divisibility check. If input 1 modulus I equal to 0 means if the given number is divisible by any two number from 1 to that number, then the number will be a prime number. So if the count value is 2, so here we have to write if count equal to 2, then that number will be a prime number, and we have to return 2, else we have to return 1. After that we will write the main function. So we have to write public static void main string args. After that we will take the number from user. So we have to declare one number, and we will store the value of calling function into the result variable. Now we will create the object of a scanner class to read the number from keyboard. So we have to write a scanner sc equal to new scanner, and here we have to pass system.in, and after that we will take the message from user. So we have to write system.out.println, and here we have to write the message to the user. So enter the number. now we have to read the number from keyboard and we will store that into the num variable. So here we have to write num equal to sc dot next int, and after that we will call the function and store into the result variable. So here our function name is prime. So here we have to write is prime, and we have to pass here the actual argument, that is a num variable, and after that we will print the value. So we have to write system dot out dot println, and here just pass the variable result. And now by pressing Ctrl S we will save the program. Now at first we will go into the drive where we have saved our program, and in my case I have saved my program in folder Java programming, and let's press enter. And after that, to run this program, let's write the command javac, and we have to write the class name user main code 1.java, and after that we have to write java user main code 1. Now here one message has came out, enter the number. So let's give the number 7 which is given in the question, and we know that the 7 is a prime number, so our program should return 2. So let's check, and here we can see that it returns 2, and let's again run for another input which is not a prime number, and this time our function should return 1. So let's give the 10 which is given in the question, and here we can see that it returns 1, because we know that the 10 is not a prime number, so it should return 1. Now we will see how it works. At first we have defined a method named as isPrime with one formal argument as an input, that is input 1, and let's pass the value of the actual argument, that is stored in the num variable. And initially let's take input 1 equal to 7, and after that we have declared one variable named as count. So let's take here count, and initially count value is 0, and after that we have taken the for loop for int I equal to 1. Initially I value is 1, and after that we will check the condition if I is less than equal to input 1, and here we can see that input 1 is 7 and I is 1, which is means 1 is less than 7, so the condition is true, and we will enter into the loop, and we will check the condition if input 1 modulus I equal to 0, and here we can see that input 1 is 7 and 7 modulus 1 is equal to 0, so the condition is true. Now we will increment the count value, so now count becomes 1, and after that we will increment the I value, so now I becomes 2, and we will again check the condition if 2 is less than equal to input 1 means 7, the condition is true. We will again enter into the loop, and we will check the condition if input 1 modulus I equal to 0, and here we can see that our input 1 is 7 and 7 modulus 2 which is not equal to 0, so the condition is false. We will again increment the I value, and now I value becomes 3, and 3 is less than 7, so the condition is true. We will again check the condition if 7 modulus 3 is equal to 0, and we know that the 7 modulus 3 is not equal to 0, so this condition will again false, and we will again increment the I value. Now I value becomes 4, and we will again check the condition 4 is less than equal to 7, the condition is true. We will again enter into the loop, and we will again check the condition if input 1 modulus I equal to 0, and here 7 modulus 4 is not equal to 0, so this condition will again false, and we will again increment the I value. So now this time I value becomes 5, and now we will check the condition 5 is less than equal to input 1, and we know that the 5 is less than 7, so the condition is true. We will again enter into the loop, and we will again check the condition if input 1 modulus I equal to 0, and we know that the 7 modulus 5 is not equal to 0, so this condition will again false, and we will again increment the I value, and this time I value becomes 6. Now we will again check the condition. If 6 is less than equal to input 1, the condition is true. So we will again enter into the loop and we will check the condition if input 1 modulus I equal to 0, and we know that the 7 modulus 6 is not equal to 0. So this condition will again false, and we will again increment the I value. Now this time I becomes 7, and now we will again check the condition if I is less than equal to input 1. If 7 is less than or equal to input 1 and 7 is equal to 7, so the condition is true, and we will again enter into the loop and check the condition if input 1 modulus I equal to 0, and we know that the 7 modulus 7 is equal to 0. So the condition is true. So we will again increment the count value. So now count value becomes 2, and after that we will again increment the I value. This time I becomes 8, and we will check the condition 8 is less than equal to 7. So the condition is false because 8 is greater than 7. So we will comes out of the loop, and now we will check the condition if count equal to 2, and here we can see that our count value is 2. So the condition is true. So we will return the 2. So this is the answer, and we know that the 7 is a prime number, and if the number is a prime, then we should return, the function should return 2, and here we can see that it returns 2. So please do like and share this video and subscribe our channel for more updates. Thanks for watching.